Hello everybody, it's that time of the week again, a midweek edition of Wardy's Waffle. It's 7:30 Wednesday morning. I'm just out walking the dogs. Got Nala there and Frankie somewhere there. Anyway, this update, we had a very special birthday in the Ward household yesterday. So we've got a few clips of that, and also we have had a bit of rain last night. We had a few millimetres of rain. I haven't quite looked at the gauge, so I don't know, probably 4 or 5 millimetres of rain yesterday. You can just see this field behind me, the bare patches still. There isn't water stood on it, which I'm surprised at, but you can just see all these bare patches we've got here. Incidentally, what we're doing with those, rather than planting crops in those patches, because they're so wet at the minute still, they'll need to be cultivated, which won't be able to happen for another probably month before it dries up enough. By then it'd be too late to put winter wheat in. So to put a spring crop in here in these patches means that they'll ripen at a different time. It'll just be awkward at harvesting. It'll be awkward at spraying throughout the season as well, and fertilising. So you can just see putting bits here and a bit down there. It'll just be really awkward. So what we're doing is, because we're not going to get any return off those patches, I'm going to try and get the Polaris rigged up with a wiring loom, with a wiring harness, and put the John Deere screen and the John Deere dome off the sprayer onto the Polaris, and then do internal boundaries on this field, well, on all the fields that we've got patches on, because a lot of our wheat fields do internal boundaries, so that when we go in the field with the sprayer, because we're on liquid nitrogen as well that goes through the sprayer will go up and down the field as normal. But the minute it gets to all these patches, the sprayer will switch off the various sections and not apply any products to these bare patches, and it will do that automatically. So we'll create internal boundaries in all the fields where we've got wet patches, and that way, because we're not going to get any return off these patches, we won't therefore put any inputs on them, so it will save money like that, because I don't believe putting bits of crops in little patches like this is the way to go. It'd be a real pain in the backside. So that's just what we're trying to do. Hopefully have that rigged up for this next week. Anyway, this week's update. Remember, was it 2 weeks ago, I had Richard from Wales sent me a clip of the stress and the turmoil that anybody with TB goes through, and you could just see he was having a big job struggling with it, which anybody does, and there's a lot of pressures and issues with farming at the moment. On the back of that video, somebody from Newark contacted me, who had been having a lot of problems over the years, and had contacted FCN. They'd been to see them, and that's the Farm Community Network. So I've got a clip from Adrian, and also from Richard, who sort of represents FCN and was working and helping them. So I've got 6-7 minutes, maybe 8 minutes on that. So that will be in this update as well, because that'll be really fascinating about what to look out for if someone's going through, or you think someone's not quite the normal self. Some really interesting pointers to look out for that. So please watch that through to the end. Very important, mental health and stress in farming at the moment. So please watch that. Also, we've got a few clips around the farm as well, and in the workshop. And also on Monday, Eric and Roseanne came over from Warwick University to cook us some of our own baked beans. That's the Capulet beans. It's the very first time I've tasted them. We also had 2 other products on the plate, made in Lincolnshire. So we had a Lincolnshire lunch. We had some young university graduates from the NFU come over to look at arable farming, and we gave them lunch as well. So that was really good to feed them, everybody. We had about 15 people that day for lunch, to feed everybody with a Lincolnshire lunch. Anyway, that's enough waffle from me. Let's crack on with this update. Just before we go, they've just stopped now. There we go, a lot of songbirds in here. And we just went round, Ruben and Tom went round yesterday and filled up these bucket feeders. You can just see there's a lot being pecked out on the floor, but that's fine, because, yeah, thanks Nala. That's fine, because there'll be pheasants and partridges and other birds will eat that, and the songbirds will pick it up off the floor. Anyway, that's it for this intro. Let's crack on with this update, and we'll see you at the end. Sorry, one last thing. I'm just heading off to Birmingham Airport to catch a plane to Ireland. I'm talking at a conference tomorrow in I think it's Kilkenny, so we'll catch up with some of you. I know I've got a few people in Ireland to watch these videos, so look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow. So you can just see this land is weathering. You can just see there the cracks in all the lumps. and I know once you touch that, it'll just all fall apart because it's had a lot of frost on it, and it's the sort of land that does that. So the weather does as much good nearly as a cultivator on the back of a tractor. It's Tuesday morning, so that's the 6th of February, and it is someone's birthday, someone very special.
No, not next me, I'm next week.
Oh, so it's this one's birthday today. Nala, you are 2 today. And here we have got your little present and a card. You going to open that? Yes, 2 today, Nala. Happy birthday. You to the moon and back. There. That one, Frankie, as well. There. Just been up to our local farm shop in the village, and I've got a load of Boston sausages, Lincolnshire sausages, and I've got Eric and Roseanne from Warwick University coming today to cook some of our beans, and also some sausages, and also some jacket potatoes. So all 3 are from Lincolnshire. So we're going to do lunch today for Ruben and Tom and Ian. I think Ian's here today. And also we've got some graduates coming who from the NFU, have just started working at NFU, and so we're going to cook them lunch. So everything will be from Lincolnshire. Baked beans, sausages, jacket potato, all from Lincolnshire. So these are the jacket potatoes. Rhonda's just got them washed, ready to go in the oven. Finest Lincolnshire potatoes, you can see, from David Armstrong at Bardney. If you want any to do a delivery service, there is the phone number if you're interested. So we've got potatoes cooked there, baked beans grown here on the farm, and where's the sausages? There we are, Lincolnshire sausages. Everybody going to tuck in. So we've got everybody around the corner here. We're just going to, some of them eat now. I've just done a bit for Times Radio, so they've all been eating while I've just done this 5-minute interview. But I'll get my beans and my plate of sausages and beans and potato. So there we are.
To kind of introduce
Lincolnshire baked beans, Lincolnshire sausages, and Lincolnshire potato, but I don't think the butter's from Lincolnshire. But
No, it's President.
So we've had a fantastic lunch cooked by Roseanne. Thank you, Roseanne. The sausages were fantastic. Obviously, being Lincolnshire helps. What was the idea? Great to see you here, and you've come because of?
Because it's going to be World Pulse Day on the 10th of February, this Saturday.
Yeah.
And we wanted to come and try some of the beans that you've been growing here.
Fantastic. This is the first time I've tried our beans, which is fantastic. So how did World Bean Day or World Pulse Day originate? How did it start?
So back in 2016 there was an International Year of Pulses, which was promoting pulses and beans all over the world, and since then we've had a Pulse Day every year in February the 10th.
And how many people, because I've never heard of it before you mentioned it, is it getting more common?
Well, it's popular across the globe, and now in the UK we're part of a bit of a movement called Beans is How, and they're really pushing a lot. So there should be a lot of bean press and pulse press this Saturday.
And with, of course, with the beans, our bean story we're doing, and beans are healthy and protein rich, aren't everything? So it's a good thing. So great, thanks, Roseanne. Eric, we're looking here. We'll just turn the camera around. But did you enjoy Lincolnshire sausage?
Oh, fantastic! And Lincolnshire potatoes.
The potatoes as well,
yeah.
fantastic, yeah. And I must admit, Roseanne cooked them absolutely perfect, because I am a bit fussy on how I like things being cooked, and sausages especially, I like them nice and brown, not this, just put them on the oven for you frighten them with an oven. Roseanne cooked them properly, so thanks, Roseanne, they were brilliant. So we'll just turn the camera around here and just show you what we've got here. Right, Eric, just explain what we've just eaten and how you've made them, because Eric cooked them. That's left over some of the sauces there, but we've got them all in little pots here. So, Eric, over to you.
We're deconstructing beans and tomato sauce.
Right.
Tearing it apart. So
Yeah.
So these are the beans. Godiva, as we've been saying in previous videos, and Capulet, the white one.
Yeah, white one's a Capulet, and the blondie ones, the long ones, are the Godiva.
Godiva.
Yeah.
And we're pressure cooking, just trying this out to see how they pressure cook. That's just in water, so that's naked Godiva.
Yeah.
And then
just on, when you say pressure cook, Eric, how long would you do it for?
we're just using standard pressure cooking, so 15 minutes is the the standard.
Yeah.
To sterilize and then save them in a jar.
Yeah. And then when they've been done, do you then take them out and then leave them soaking in water or not? Or do you drain them?
Oh, before they go in
Yeah.
for pressure cooking, they are soaked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're pre-soaked. Then they go into the jar, seal them up with some water, and
Yeah.
stick them in the pressure
Right.
cooker.
Okay. And
And then the sauce. These are just the ingredients. Essentially, ketchup, tomato sauce, barbecue sauce, and British cider vinegar.
yeah.
So we've mixed those three together. That's what we've eaten as a sauce
Yeah.
on the beans. They've been heated up and add some sauce
Yeah.
and served with sausages and potato.
Some of you will remember a couple of weeks ago I had a dairy farmer from Wales on, Richard, and going through the plight of TB, and you could just see in his voice and his face the stress and the turmoil that he was going through. Well, I thought it'd be useful to highlight that and just go into that in a bit more depth. And we have got next to me here, I have got Adrian, who is a local dairy farmer and suffered a similar sort of mental health and stress, not through TB, but through the farming situation. So, Adrian, do you want to just explain your case, please, your situation, and how you came to be in the situation that you needed help, really, and FCN were there for you?
Yes, I can. I was your typical farmer, everything going well, well, dairy farming, working with my father-in-law, dairy and arable farming. My wife was running a livery yard, 3 beautiful children, and everything was going great. Then we decided that the next generation probably wouldn't want dairying. They decided they weren't interested in dairying, so we took the decision to sell the cows. We planned it, we got a clear TB test, we decided, right, that's the green light, we'll sell the cows. The cows went. As soon as the cows had gone, I fell off a cliff. I don't deny it, I fell off a cliff. I just missed the intensity of dairying, the routine of the dairy animals.
Did that come on straight away, or was it a gradual process?
It took about a week to come on, and then it got worse and worse, and it did get worse and worse, to such a state that I was looking for help from somewhere. And the place that I turned to was FCN. A friend gave me the FCN number.
Just for viewers, FCN stands for Farming Community Network. They're a nationwide organisation.
They put you in touch with like-minded or people who understand your situation. It was no good me talking to an arable farmer, so FCN put me in touch with a dairy farmer in Devon. I didn't really want to talk to anybody locally, so it seemed good to talk to somebody out of the area.
There's a difference between somebody having a bad day and somebody that gets in your situation.
That's right.
So just to describe to viewers what you were actually going through and what your feelings were.
It was really strange. If anybody who knows me knows that I'm a very outgoing person, and a lot of people say, "Crikey, what's wrong with you?" I lost all my mojo, lost all my incentive instincts to get on and doing things. I just was mentally and physically tired. There was like a pain in your gut. You just didn't want to talk to anybody, you didn't want to meet anybody. It was really bad. All you do is want to lie on the bed and do nothing. It's a very strange situation.
And when you're in this sort of situation, you said you don't want to work and things. How long did it take you to sort of, if you like, get better and get back to a bit of normal life?
I was like that for probably four months before I started feeling a bit better. And eventually you do realise you need help, you need support. Your family is there, they're all wondering what they can do, but they don't know what to do. And it's just support of family and friends and talking to people that you need. There's no silver bullet, you just have to work it out with family and friends and support, and that's where FCN come into their own. So
to carry this story on now, when Adrian went to FCN and they put him in touch with somebody in Devon, lo and behold, this person they put him in touch with happened to be Ruben's dad, who is here, Richard. So those of you who see Ruben sometimes on the videos, you won't see a lot of him because he doesn't show his face very often. But Ruben's been with us now, what, 4 years, is it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And for Adrian, who lives 20 minutes away from here, to get help from somebody in Devon, and it happens to be Ruben's dad, is quite ironic. Anyway, let Richard just now explain about FCN. And we will also, just before I get into that, Forage Aid, some of you know the charity that I co-founded. We do a lot of work with FCN and have done for a number of years, and it's great that all the sort of national charities actually do work together. So, Richard, FCN, just please explain what it does.
Well, yeah, we're a national charity. We've got over 400 volunteers right across the country, and we're here to help any farmer that has problems. Whatever that might be. It might be mental health, it could be TB related, various financial issues, flooding and all sorts, and so any issues that affect farmers really, and we will come and walk alongside. We do not make any judgment on what problems you might have. We do not sort of judge you in any way, and it's completely confidential. So whatever you say to us will not go any further, but we're here to help. And it's most important that if you have any problems, or if you know somebody that has a problem, try to get them to ring FCN so that we can help. And
when you start to look at the help that you give, is it unusual that you would help somebody so far away?
Yeah, generally we work within a county. So if a problem comes within a certain county, there will be a volunteer within that county that can help. Obviously, there aren't as many dairy farmers up here in this part of the world, in Lincolnshire and Nottingham, as there are in Devon. So it was probably a sort of more of a one-off thing, but we have a wide range of skills of our volunteers, a lot of retired farmers, male and female, but we have bank managers that have been involved in farming. My wife is a mental health nurse, so she helps. So all sorts of skills that we have, but yeah, if we can't do it within a county, we can then go outside.
And I think it's just worth pointing out as well that we've got RABI, another national organisation, who we all talk together, all the charities, but also in Lincolnshire we have LRSN, which stands for the Lincolnshire Rural Support Network. They do a huge amount of great work in the area, and I know at the minute from my contacts with them that they are the busiest they have ever been for a number of years. I mean, I think all the charities are really busy, and especially with the financial pressures that's on at the moment, government policy pressures as well. It's just never ending. So, Adrian, how would you have been? Where would you be, do you think, without the help of FCN?
When you're in that situation, you seek reassurance all the time, and so just having somebody on the end of the phone just to talk to, who you don't have to finish your sentences, you just talk to somebody who understands what you're going through, and that's the most important thing, somebody who understands what you're going through. And the most important thing is you've got to remember your family as well. They're going through a lot of trauma. They want to help you, but they don't know how to help you. So any support you can get to help, and talking is the biggest thing. That's why I'm quite open about what's happened with me. I just want to get people talking, let people know that there is help out there for people who need it.
And is that the biggest thing about starting to talk? You think
I think so, definitely. Starting to talk is very important. If you can start to talk, then you're halfway there. That's why it's so important what Richard just said about, if you know somebody who you're worried about, then just sort of, it's a difficult way to approach it, but just sort of let them know that you're there to help them.
And lastly on that, what would you say to somebody if to look out for signs? If somebody thinks there might be somebody that they think isn't quite their normal self, how would you go about? What would be the signs you'd look for?
Just a change in how they are. If they're an outgoing person, they suddenly go very quiet. You're right, mate. Just have a quiet chat, or just look out for change of character, mate.
So thanks very much. We've got Richard there, Adrian. Thank you for that. It takes a lot of courage coming here and saying this in front of a few thousand people what you've gone through, but thank you for that. Now, if anybody does have any issues and they want any confidential help, FCN can be come through or got through on the helpline. So 03000 111 999, and that will get through to FCN's helpline where you'll be able to get some help. So great, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Ruben and Tom are just in the workshop. We're just carrying on with the Bowser, repiping it. This has come out some of the pipes and everything, but we're just changing the pipes. I've got some holes in. This is Howsams did all this when we had this made a few years ago. So what these taps do, they change the flow of fertiliser or water in there from one tank to another and to outside. You can just see there, you just turn it like that, and then it takes the flow inside. And then if you look inside, excuse me Tom, I'll just show. So there, that is the valve at the back of that one we've just seen. So these are all the various outlets and inlets that Ruben's just changing the pipes in here. And there's another one on the other side there. And it just changes the direction of the flow of the liquid and comes out, alters it, and some of it comes out there. That's the pipe, that's the outlet down there where we fill the tank. Put a big pipe on here and that goes in through the filters and then into the tanks. And some of you have seen that front compartment there is totally separate to the rest of it. You'll see when we get using this in another couple of weeks. These are the pipes that have been taken off. You can see they've had little pinholes in and just been patched up to get us through. This is why we're changing all the pipes, all on the machine. So I've just arrived in Dublin, and you can see by this little sign next to me that Guinness is not a one of my beers. Actually, I don't drink much beer, as some of you know. Red wine's more my tipple, so I won't be drinking much Guinness here. But anyway, just arrived here in Dublin, so I've been editing this video on the plane, so I'm going to post it soon, so you get it at sort of 6 o'clock Wednesday night, if I can get signal here when I'm being taxied to the hotel. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you on Sunday.